And how about a hand for yourself? Make a little noise, Unity North. Happy New Year. Must I say this morning as I look at all of you and I behold the energy coming through the camera that you look marvelous. Yes? Turn to somebody left and right and say, you look marvelous. Today we are going to affirm the truth that we are marvelous. And by right of consciousness, we are the divine light of God. Give me an amen for that. We're going to begin, rather than a prayer this morning, I'd like to begin with a poem. It's a beautiful poem by Nikita Gill, and it's the foundation of the house that we're going to build today. Take a deep breath with me. And on the exhale, create an open environment internally and externally to receive these words as the truth of your being, whether you be online or in the room. This is by Nikita Gill, and it will be the foundation of our day. We have calcium in our bones, iron in our veins, carbon in our souls, and nitrogen in our brains. We are 93% stardust, with souls made of flames. We are all just stars that have people names. Say that with me. We are all just stars that have people names. The universe wove you from a constellation so that every atom, every fiber in you comes from a different star. Again, repeat after me, I am a star. Together, you are bound by stardust, altogether spectacularly created from the energy of the universe itself. And that, my darlings, is the poetry of physics, the poetry of you. Don't ever let other people decide for you who you will be. You have stardust in your spine and veins that flow with galaxies. A whole universe resides inside your body. Repeat after me, a whole universe resides inside me. I'm not sure you believe it yet. Let's say that again. A whole universe resides. And no one dares to tell the universe what it can and it cannot be. Some people are born with tornadoes in their lives, but constellations in their eyes. Other people are born with stars at their feet, but their souls are lost at sea. Your body was designed to contain a cosmic storm. I am a cosmic storm. Together. It is no wonder that sometimes your head and your heart hurt so much that you may just explode. I'm affirming an explosion here today. An explosion of magnificence, of light, of love, of glory, of holiness. That is you, that is me, that is us. It takes a nebula, a cosmic storm of epic proportions falling apart to create a star. Be easy on yourself. On this new year, be easy on yourself, for you are a storm in transition. Let's say that together. I am a storm in transition. You are made of planets and oceans, and no one owns them. No one owns me. Together, no one. Just like no one owns anybody. The 13-billion-year-old atoms that make up the seas are the same that run through the bodies of you and me. Our bodies were made to house oceans of galaxies, and our souls are rivers that have flowed through centuries. Breathe that in. There are two kinds of people who look at the night sky. Those that look up and see a graveyard of stars, and those that look up and see a sea of souls shining brightly to guide us home. I am a galaxy guiding myself home and anybody who happens to come into my field. That's what we do here today. Today is a day of challenging ourselves to be more fully present to the miracle of light that you are. I am a miracle of light. Together.
I am a miracle of life.
To be fully present to who we are as divine beings and to step fully into whatever dream wants to emerge from you. There is a call on your heart in 2023 to be more fully you. I will be more fully me in 2023. Together, I will be. Today we are claiming our spiritual freedom to create our own destiny and to celebrate at the banquet table of opportunities that lie before us in the new year. Each of us, you may have noticed this, each of us at some point comes to a place in our life where we are no longer content living in the small life that we have created for ourselves. But we are being called and urged into a higher and more beautiful expression of who we are meant to be. And we're going to do this today through the white stone ceremony. How many of you have never done a white stone ceremony before? Never done one? Oh, look out, world, because there's some good about to be birthed here today. The scripture that is in front of me is the foundation. Let's read it together. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I am transformed by the renewing of my mind. Together, I am transformed by the renewing of my mind. This is the foundation of the house we're going to build. In the book of Revelation, it's a book that's a bit of an acid trip when you read it. But if you dig a little bit deeper underneath the surface, it is a profound prescription for becoming you, for living you, for doing you, for breathing and being you. And it says in that, let's put that scripture up there. Let's read it together. To those who overcome will I give a white stone, and in that stone a new name is written. In ancient times, when a prisoner was released from bondage, they were given two things. One, a white stone is a symbol of that freedom. When they were released from whatever bondage they were in, they were given a white stone so that when they were questioned about whether they were free or not, they pulled that white stone out as evidence of their freedom. You're going to have a white stone today at the end of the service to proclaim you are free from any limitation, from any thought, from any experience, from any history that has ever held you captive. The other thing they were given was the right to give themselves a new name. Metaphysically, name means nature. In 2023, you are claiming a new nature. Say that with me. In 2023, I am claiming. I'm asking you not to play small today. I'm going to be partnering up in this service with Tara Abundance, and let me tell you, the woman does not play small. She never has played small, and look out, because you think I'm loud and wild and fast, and this woman is going to knock your socks off. Today, you are asked to claim your white stone and to break free from any limiting thoughts that have ever held you captive, and to claim that name as the guidepost, as the light, as the lighthouse that's guiding you in 2023. We begin now with a song. That's the details. Up on our feet. I am as God created me. Say that together. I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. There is nothing small about anybody in this room. There is nothing limited about anybody in this room. Get your hands going and let's claim the truth together. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light and the love and the glory, in the light and the love and the glory, in the light and the love and the glory. I am in the light and the love and the glory, in the light and the love and the glory, in the light and the love and the glory. Let's hear it, Unity North. I am as God created me.
In the light, in the love, in the glory.
I am as God created me.
In the light, in the love, in the glory.
Let's hear it.
In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory.
Feel that I am. In the light and the love and the glory. In the light and the love and the glory. In the light and the love and the glory. Turn to your left and your right. Let somebody know that they are the light of God. Here and now. Let them know you're grateful they are here this morning. All right, here we go, everybody. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I can't hear you. Beautiful. Sing it to the people online. Here we go. In the light and the love and the glory, in the light and the love and raise those hands high, in the love and the glory. I am. Give yourselves a round of applause. You sound amazing this morning. I'm going to invite the light, the love, and the glory to come up and give us just a few announcements. This is Danielle Wright. Give her a round of applause.
Good morning, good morning. I feel like I have to quote Richard when I look around the room and I see all of this energy. Watch out 2023, because the people in this space, the people online are bringing it. And I love today's announcements. They are so reflective of the amazing community that we are blessed to participate in. And our first announcement, we're talking about Family Promise, which is an opportunity for us to give back, right? We give to each other every time we are in this space, whatever day of the week it is, but we get a chance to take the light, the love, and the glory and bring it out to people who need that, who may be going through a dark time. So we are looking for volunteers, and in the foyer we'll have Alice and Jim taking signups. We're specifically looking for people to help to set up and to take down. So you have the dates on the screen in front of you, but please be sure to see Alice and Jim in the foyer and see how you can be of service. And our next announcement is about Praying Pause, which is happening today at 2 o'clock. So really interesting one. You get to meet Flo the Ball Python. And we get to hear from John Jackson about his story of transformation. He used to be terrified of snakes, and Flo the Ball Python helped. That's all I'm telling you. So you got to come at 2 o'clock and find out more. And our last announcement can only be summed up by saying thank you, and thank you. We do a lot of work in this community, and we want to appreciate the people who help us do that work. So we have a volunteer appreciation lunch on February 11th. So Saturday afternoon, we have this beautiful lunch at 12 o'clock. So if you have volunteered anytime in the past year, this is our time where we say thank you to you for making all of the beautiful events and programs happen. So remember that. It's about you. February 11th, a volunteer appreciation lunch. And today, we're just grateful to have you in the space. Go for it.
At that volunteer lunch, there's a rumor out there that the king of rock and roll might be making an appearance. Thank you very much. You know, the king of rock and roll and the king of consciousness, the queen of consciousness is in the house today. And I have been praying. You know, prayer works. You pray for a consciousness and enthusiasm to match your own. And let me tell you, Tara Abundance called me and says, I'm ready to step into my magnificence. And something within me said, White Stone is the day I want to reveal this lady to this congregation. And she's been singing for us, but there's way more than just the talent of singing. There is a heart, a soul, and a consciousness that is profound. And I'm sharing the platform with her today. Will you please welcome Tara Abundance?
Thank you so much. First, I'm going to sing. I hope you're taking care of yourself today. I hope that you are loving yourself today. You deserve the love you so give away. I hope that you know that you're beautiful today. I am sending love to you from my heart. I hope that you know that you are a work of art. When it feels like your world is falling apart, please remember that you are never alone. Never alone. So if you feel like giving up today, just know that tomorrow will be a brand new, beautiful day. The sun will rise and the old things will fade away. You don't ever need to change a thing, honey. You are perfect as you are. You're beautiful. Tomorrow will be a brand new, beautiful day. The sun will rise and the old things will fade away. You don't ever need to change a thing, honey. You are perfect as you are. You're beautiful. Yes, you are. Beautiful. I hope you're taking care of yourself today. I hope that you are loving yourself today. Hello, God.
Hello.
I'm falling apart. Can you put me back together?
I'd rather not.
What? Why?
Because you're not a puzzle.
But what about all those parts of my life that are falling to the ground?
Leave them there for a while. They fell for a reason. Let them be there for a while, and then decide if you need to take any of those pieces back.
You don't understand. I'm breaking.
No, you don't understand. You're transcending, evolving. What you feel are growing pains. You're getting rid of the things and the people in your life that are holding you back. The pieces are not falling down. The pieces are being put in place. Relax. Take a deep breath, and I will breathe with you. And let those things you no longer need fall down. Stop clinging to pieces that are no longer for you. Let them fall. Let them go.
When I do that, what will I have left?
Only the best pieces of yourself.
But I'm afraid to change.
I keep telling you, you're not changing. You're becoming.
Becoming who?
Becoming who I created you to be. A person of light, love, charity, hope, faith, courage, joy, mercy, grace, and compassion. I made you for so much more than those shallow pieces you decided to adorn yourself with and that you cling to with so much fear. Let those things fall off you. I love you. Don't change, become. Don't change, become. Become who I want you to be and who I created you to be. I'm going to keep telling this until you remember.
There goes another piece.
Yes, let it be like this.
So broken.
Oh, my love, no. But you're breaking the darkness like dawn. It's a new day. Become who you really are.
Okay,
I love you.
thank you. Become who you are here to be. How hard is that? You know, it seems simple in theory if we just step out into the world and be us. But the problem is we have people, other people in our lives, right? And they're kind of coming at us with all their stuff. And we try to come back at them with our stuff, and the drama ensues. When we can take a step back and become who we're here to be, that's the challenge, but it's also really a lot easier than we think it is. I'm gonna say here today that really the easiest way to become who you're here to be is to love yourself. Who loves themselves? Raise your hand.
who's kind of like, "Oh, I'm still struggling a little bit?" Yeah, honestly, I think we all are. No matter how much we love ourselves, most of the time, there's moments where we're just like, I'm so dumb. Why did I do that? What was I thinking? Why did I talk to that person that way? Or why did I choose that thing? So, loving ourselves feels a little bit like maybe tuning in every once in a while, right? So if we take just a moment, how about we all just take a moment and close our eyes, put our hands on our hearts. Breathe into your heart and ask yourself, what's one of my gifts? What's one of the things that I know I'm here to do and be and express as? Take another deep breath into your heart. What are my gifts? What am I here for? What am I here to do? How do I step into my becoming? Okay, now let's just open our eyes. Who had a hard time hearing your gifts? Oh, I'm so happy to see only a few hands, and that's okay. That's okay. When we have a hard time hearing our gifts, that means that we have opportunities, like today with the white stone ceremony. One of the things that I love to do, as you can see, the picture behind me is a picture of all the stones that I've done over the past 15 years. I've been doing white stone. This is my 16th year doing white stone. It's my favorite service of the year. I mean, obviously, I've been doing it for a long time. So when Richard asked me to step in, when I said, hey, I'd love to start, maybe getting up there every once in a while, and he said, how about January? And this was December. And I said, He said, white stone, and I went, yes, before I could even think. Because white stone is my service. It fills me up so much, and it makes me tune in to those words. And so when I'm tuning into those words, it helps remind me to love myself. Love myself through it. Okay, I haven't claimed that word yet. Yeah, that's why the word came to me in January, so that I could learn to claim it. And so I'm going to ask you, those of you who are online, I'm going to ask you to do something slightly different. But those of you here, look up at the ceiling. And for those of you at home, look out a window. Who knew that was up there? Yeah, just a few of us. So sometimes we see something new that brings expansion into our lives. So those of you looking at home, looking out a window, notice something you haven't noticed before. And consider the possibility that if that wasn't up there, and if your window wasn't open, if there was a cover over the top of this spiritual center, if there was a cover over your window, you wouldn't be able to see beyond the space you're sitting in, right? You'd just be kind of surrounded by the familiar. And if we can lift the darkness just by saying, I'm willing to take a step. I'm willing to try something new. I'm willing to claim something new for myself. I want to read this because I want you to say this after me. The purpose of White Stone is to kind of uncover our hidden gifts, okay? So today's goal is to love yourself through the darkness into embracing those hidden gifts. So I want you to say after me, I love myself through any darkness, and I choose to embrace my hidden gifts. So I always dreamed about being a performer, a singer, from the time I can remember. First time I ever stood up on a stage was at a Unity church when I was 8 years old. I might have even been 7. And I sang in front of a congregation at 7 years old at a Unity church. So I grew up in a community that gave me wings and I still struggled, and I still suffered, and I still stumbled. That being said, I've dreamed about being in front of audiences my whole life. I've been in front of audiences my whole life. I've performed, I've sang, I've been in plays, theaters. I always wanted to speak, to stand in front of a congregation and share something. God through me to you and receiving you back. And if it weren't for all those stones that I've been using and experiencing and expressing as and learning about through the past 15 years, I would have probably not been standing right here in front of you because I would have talked myself out of it. I would have just been like, yeah, I'm good enough. I'm okay. I'm all right. I sing in front of people. That came naturally. That's something that's easy. This is hard, I mean, in my head, this is hard. Being up here isn't hard. I love being in front of people. That doesn't bother me. It's the, what's gonna come out of my mouth? What's gonna say? What am I gonna say? And so I have to love myself into embracing all the things that have led me to this moment. So because I get to embrace this moment and do this with you, I just want to remind you that we don't live into our gifts when we're hiding from ourselves, when we're covering ourselves with darkness. We don't live into those gifts when we hide and pretend and say, oh, that's enough, I'm good, I'm all right. When we're not truly ourselves, we're not doing what we're here to do. Who wants to do what they're here to do? Be who they're here to be. Yeah, me too. Me too. We can't let other people talk us out of that. So the white stone is a reminder of what you get to claim even when someone says, you're not good enough. No, you're too much. Of course, that's one I've heard all my life. You're too big, Tara. You're too loud. You're too much. You can't do that. That's just, hold yourself down because it's too much. And I have to believe that I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose. So I'm going to challenge you, especially when you're coming up to get your stone, to recognize that it's not about defining our gifts. It's about looking for a word that helps us expand into our gifts, loving ourselves into the life that we desire. Can we all say that? I love myself into the life I desire. I want to hear you say that one more time. I love myself into the life I desire. Yeah.
That was good. That was really good. You were a living, breathing testimony of everything we're talking about today.
Thank you.
And there's a lot more of her to come. But that's the courage that we nurture here. That's the courage and the strength that we nurture. And it's wonderful, isn't it, to talk about self-love. It is a necessary first step in the evolving process, in our becoming process. The recognition that I am more than I have ever not thought myself to be. That's what Tara is demonstrating today. I am more, and there's more that wants to have expression through me and as me, but it is a first step. So you have beauty, and now you get the beast. By the way, do me a favor and thank the voice of God, known as Sherry Farmer, for that skit earlier. Sherry happens to be Tara's mother, so I imagine she's used to calling Mom the voice of God when it is necessary and needed. Love is a wonderful thing. It's a divine idea. In the mind of God, love is what we are. It is the substance of everything that we experience, see, feel, touch, including ourselves when we look in the mirror. But the awareness is not just enough. So the beast comes in and says, you need to get busy. You got to put it into play. The thing about love and the freedom that love brings, it is a process and one that we need to take part in. Yes, get busy. Pray and then move your feet. It's one thing for a desire to be in a beautiful spirit that says, I want to speak. It's another when the call comes to say yes, and then to take the steps. I'm sure there was a yes, and then hang up the phone, and it went, what the hell did I just do?
Yes.
And the reality is, if your dream does not make your knees knock a little bit, it's not big enough.
Amen.
If what you are answering, the call that you are answering, is not making you a little bit nervous, you're not living life on the edge. And if you're not living life on the edge, you're taking up too much space. And the reality is we are called to forever evolve ourselves and grow ourselves. We are the portal through which love is actively put into motion. The divine idea, that's God's job. As the entire universe, our job is to put it into play. So at UNA, love and freedom and white stones are not just gifts given to us. A lot of churches, you walk in on a White Stone Sunday and they say, here's your white stone, and then you sit down. And I looked at that and said, well, that's what God does. All that God's ever been has been given to us. All the good, all the notions, all the dreams, all the visions already exist in the field. It's been offered. It's the Father's, the Mother's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. But if it just sits there, it's been wasted. And ours is not to waste it, so we need to get busy. Every white stone, I get to tell one of my favorite stories from the Bible, and that is the pool of Bethesda. Here was a man at a pool that supposedly had healing properties. The angels would suddenly drop down and stir the waters, and the first one into the pool is the one that got healed. That's a kind of a limited consciousness. And there was a guy that had been at this pool for 38 years. There are people in the room today that have been a victim for 38 years. That you've been living out of a limited consciousness for 38 years. And every time there was a rustle on the water, he would try desperately to get to that water, and somebody always beat him there. They got in first. And along comes this man named Jesus, representing the Christ of everybody in this room. And he looks at the guy, and it's tough love. Let me tell you, tough love is really important. And he says to this guy, well, do you really want to be healed? Well, what a stupid question that is. There isn't a person in this room that if you ask them, do you want to be more fully yourself, would not say yes, a resounding yes. But Jesus, the Christ of our being, says, then take up your mat and walk. Get busy. Quit putting the power into a pool. Quit putting the power into some fairy tale that angels are stirring the water, and know that the power already exists within you. Get off the ground and move. And that's what White Stone is about. It is about us moving and implementing and no longer defining ourselves by the limited thoughts that we have allowed into the consciousness and the laboratory between our ears. We've been doing a lot of repeating after me. Let's go ahead and keep that up. Place your finger along your head and it says, I am not defined by my history. I am not defined by my past thinking. I am only defined by the Christ of my being right here and right now. The gift of love and freedom and light and everything that you could desire exists. It's always available, but we need to move internally, yes, and then externally, intentionally and purposefully to claim it. So you don't get a white stone. You're going to have to get up, move, take up your mat, and walk. And for some of you, that might be challenging. But I know that you're brilliant and that you'll find a way to do it, even if it's uncomfortable. It's a symbol. In a moment, I'm going to have a human gateway right here. Usually we have these arches. We're going to have a human gateway. People who have put their hand up, like our chaplains who are holding space today, to hold the unbroken awareness of your magnificence, the unbroken awareness of your perfection. They don't see the limits that you've held. They see only the perfection of your very essence and your very being. We're going to create a human gateway. And on one side of that gateway, you're going to leave who you have been. So that when you come down that aisle and you claim that white stone that has your name in it, and name simply means nature, when you claim that symbol of your freedom, you have become who you have always been, but you have forgotten. It's the prodigal son coming home. It's the prodigal daughter coming home to that which maybe took 38, 48, 68 years to forget. Today we remember. Say that with me. Today I remember. Together?
Today I remember.
Energetically, you're going to be asked to leave on one side of that gateway who you have been in order to embrace on the other side who you are becoming in 2023. You see, the universe is set up to respond to us. Basic unity teaching. The thoughts that you are holding are creating your reality. The feelings that you're allowing into your heart are creating your reality. And the actions that you are taking are either inviting in all the resources needed on your hero's journey, or they are pushing them away. Let this be a day of invitation, that your thoughts, your hearts, and your actions are in alignment. This is integrity with spiritual truth.
Amen.
Who said that amen? Winifred, thank you for carrying the banner that Atiba's not here anymore. I heard an amen on the inside. You gave it to me on the outside. When you intentionally walk through this gateway, you are speaking to the universe that you are willing to change at depth. How many people truly, let's get real with each other, are willing to change at depth? That's a tough question. There's a lot of people talking a good game, but let me tell you, talk is cheap. I told you I was going to be the beast. The beauty said, love yourself. Absolutely necessary. Love yourself enough to not put up with your own BS. Love yourself enough to say, when I put my hand up, I follow through. When I put the word in motion, I'm going to follow through. And I'm going to love myself enough to not play small any longer. And that can be scary. Becoming you, being born every day again and again and again, that's scary, isn't it? But if your knees are not knocking, it's not big enough. So I say, this is a quote I found. I don't know who said it, but it's beautiful. Go ahead and dance with your doubt, but you lead. Say that with me. Go ahead and dance with your doubt. Opportunity dances with those already on the dance floor. This is a challenge to you to get on the dance floor, to get into the game and stop playing on the sidelines. Are you really willing to change at depth, to change everything you've known about yourself in order to become more of yourself? Let's read the rest of this. Unbutton your uncertainty. Free your fears. They are indicators of an evolving path. Right now, I'm going to sing a song. And we're going to throw the gauntlet down to each and every one of you. And those angels I mentioned that are going to create a human gateway are going to come up here in just a second. You will be guided, because we don't want to have repeat what we did in 2016, which was a total traffic jam. It was like Atlanta traffic in our sanctuary. Nobody was going left or right. The ushers are going to release you row by row once that gateway is there. But I invite you to open up the sanctuary of your heart right now, the altar of your being, of your essence. To know that, yes, you are love, and that love is calling for a greater expression than you've ever known. Once they are in place, we're going to be doing some chanting, and I invite those of you that are waiting for your turn, or already have your white stone that you've taken back to your seat, to sit there in reverence to the magnificence of not just your soul, but everybody who's still walking the floor. Everybody you behold is the face of God, and then they are stepping in as a co-creator with you as they come through the human gateway to claim their white stone. Take that stone back to you and let that new name begin to speak to you. We'll have a wonderful meditation at the end of this, but it's really all one big meditation, one moment of discovery. Take a deep breath with me. As I begin to sing, I'm going to invite those who have stepped into service to hold the high watch for you and to affirm. As you come through the gateway, they're going to affirm the truth of you. They see it, they know it, they claim it, they affirm it. Take a deep breath. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and judgment fall away from me. I open my eyes to see. Here's the lyrics, please sing with me. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Take your hand and place it upon your heart. Take these words as your own. Every moment in this life has within it God's pure love. I let go and let that love illumine me as I open Open my eyes to see. Together, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only. One more time. I am only love. I am only love. I am only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. I am only love. And so as the lights come down a little bit, the ushers will release you row by row to make your way down this gateway of transformation, to receive your white stone, to claim your white stone. We will be chanting throughout this process. I invite you to hold yourself as a witness to everyone who is making their way, just as the angels with skin on are doing. You're holding the high watch, because we're not on this journey alone, folks. We're in this together, and we're all walking each other home. Take a deep breath. Exhale anything that is unlike the divinity that you are. And let us as a community sing these lyrics. I am divine. God lives in me as me. Together we sing. I am divine. God lives in me as me, and I can view life differently. We all are one, and we are free right now. God lives in you. God lives in me. Take your time. We got plenty of time. I am divine. God lives in me as me, and I can view life differently. We all are one, and we are free right now. God lives in you. God lives in me. This human gateway is like a birth canal. Don't take it lightly. Take your time. Take in every word being spoken to you of truth. You behold the face of God. Step fully and magnificently into home, into the love that you are, into the magnificence of God doing business as each and every one of you. For you are the face of God.
Sing with me if you like.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. I am the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. I am a part. I am a part of me. I am the face of God. Turn to your inner self. You are the face of God. You're telling this to you. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. Self, you are the face of God. You are the face of God. You're telling this to you. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Taking your time to accept the gift that is you hiding inside. Give yourself an opportunity to really claim this gift. Claim this opportunity to expand more fully into who you are here to be. Taking your time, listening to this inner voice, listening to your heart, listening to God that speaks in you. God speaks in you. Claim that. God speaks in me. And I get to claim the power that I'm stepping more fully into.
As you hold that stone in your hands, those who have gone through already, feel its vibration, its power, its truth, its organic nature. It's calling, it's stirring, it's moving, and it is calling you out and calling you up to know that you are more than you have ever been. So let us sing this next chant. I am more than I have ever known. In God's light, in God's love, I am more. I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known. In God's light, in God's love, I am more. Feel the call as we sing together. I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known. In God's light, in God's love, I am more. As God's light, as God's love, I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known. As God's light, as God's love, I am more. Let the music continue. Hold sacred space for those that are being born, for those that are realizing and demonstrating courage and strength. We are speaking to the universe. I am willing to change at depth, and God rushes in. Love rushes in. Be ready to receive, to accept, to be more. I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known. As God's light, as God's love, I am more. One more time. I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known. As God's light, as God's love, I am more.
We are so blessed to be here together, right here, right now. I'm blessed. You are blessed. We are blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Take that in. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. Yes, you are. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Take it in. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
We are so blessed. Each one of us is blessed. There's a blessing that lives inside of you that wants to come out. This gift, this blessing that has been hiding, it's now being given permission to step out into the light. Step out of the darkness, step out of the shadows. Step into the light. Because you are blessed. You are so blessed that you get to be here and share you with the world. There's no other one of you. There's only one you. Claim that. There's only one me, and I am so blessed. You get to choose. You get to let love live through you. Love may come in different words. They may come in different forms. They may show up in different ways. Your word is yours. You claim it. You own it. Give yourself permission. You are so, so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
And so we're going to go through all 4 of these chants one more time. Let the words and the divine ideas contained within them live more deeply within you. As we complete this line and complete this claiming, this receiving, and this accepting, let's travel to the depth of who we are, a place beyond our wildest imagining, and access that spot and that soul that we have never known before, but we will know here and now. Say to yourself as you place your hand upon your heart, I am divine.
I am divine.
God lives in me as me. Once again, we raise our voices. I am divine. Sing it out, family. God lives in me as me, and I can view life differently. Change your thinking, change your life. We all are one, and we are free right now. God lives in you. God lives in me. Step into your freedom. I am divine. God lives in me as me, and I can view life differently. We all are one, and we are free right now. God lives as you. God lives as me. God lives as me.
Remember yourself as God, one with God, a part of God. God lives in you, and you are the face of God. Claim it. Sing with me if you feel it.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart.
Claim it.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Such a beautiful face.
I hold you in my heart.
What a beautiful heart.
You are a part of me.
I claim that.
You are the face of God.
God living through you as you.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Each of us, prodigal sons and daughters, have forgotten. Chip by chip, moment by moment, experience by experience, we have forgotten. Today, we remember. We come home and know that the entire universe is conspiring and meeting us at the level of our thoughts, our actions, our claiming, and the miracle of who we have always been. I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known in God's life. In God's love, I am more. I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known in God's life. In God's love, I am more. As God's light, I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known. As God's light, as God's love, I am more. Raise your voices and your spirits. I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known. As God's light, as God's love, I am more. One last time. I am more. I am more. I am more than I have ever known. As God's light, as God's love, I am more.
We are so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
An element that we've not talked about yet, I'm going to invite you to consider right now. In order to become fully who we are meant to be, forgiveness must be a part of the exercise. And so I invite you to hold the energy of forgiveness right here and right now. We're about to lead into a meditation. Every claiming must involve a releasing. And I invite you to bring in the energy of forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, and let love fill the void that is created. There is a song, there is a practice in Hawaiian tradition, ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. Say that with me. Ho'oponopono. It takes the energy of I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. A portal and a journey from resentment through forgiveness, through ownership, into the place of pure agape love, unconditional love. Those of you who have your stone already, let forgiveness and love be infused into that stone as it infuses the new name into you. Please join us in singing these words on this journey.
I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Say it to
Raise our
yourself.
voices.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
Let's hold the unbroken awareness of release and receiving. Giving up that which you have never been to be that which you have always been. Clearing the field and making way for the magnificence, for the light, for the love, for the goodness. As the band continues to play the music, let forgiveness and gratitude and love be the blanket that holds all those that are still coming through the portal. And let us know together that we belong to each other, that as you hold it for another, you are holding it for yourself. The field being cleared is individual, but it is also collective. And as the final steps through the portal are being taken, let these divine ideas live in us so profoundly that we cannot help but shine our light so magnificently that those around us also know that that light exists within them. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Together we sing.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
And so as the band begins to fade to a place of silence, a place of stillness, let us feel the sacred sanctuary of our unity here, of our oneness, of our love. What has happened here today is the recognition that we are the portal through which the divine is made manifest on earth, and that we don't wait for the kingdom of heaven on earth for some distant time of reward, but we bring it here and now. And so in the final moments, let's hold the Om, which includes the sound of the Ah. All names for the divine contain the Ah. Say that with me. Ah. And the sound of earth, of peace on earth. Om. Together. Om. The Ah married to the Om creates the sacred partnership of the earthly existence and the divine. As you feel led, please join us. You are the avenue through which God is made manifest on earth. You are the portal for the divine. Find the breath as you need it. Find the tone that works for you. Let there be one continuous sound of birthing, of becoming, of evolving, of enlightenment. let the Om fall to a place of silence as we live in the silence of the unbroken awareness of the presence of love. The unbroken awareness of the presence of God. The unbroken awareness of the presence of truth. Those of you who are remaining seated with your stone already, I invite you to invite at a deeper place one of the affirmations that you received as you walked that gateway of transformation. And to allow it to repeat over and over and over in your mind and in your heart and in your spirit. One sentence, one affirmation, one prayer, one truth. Speak it over and over in your mind's eye, and allow it to embed every cell of your being. And now I invite you to take that affirmation and turn to your left and your right and repeat it 3 times to the people around you. As they receive the blessing of your truth, you receive the blessing of their truth.
Those of you who are seated, I invite you at this time to adjust your posture so that you're sitting tall and well, with your feet grounded into the floor. And even though there's a grounding, there's a gentleness. Relax your body into the chair. If you've not yet gotten into your seat, I invite you to process, mindful of your body and as silently as possible. Be aware of your body. If you're in the chair, be aware that you have the ability to move, but you're choosing mindful stillness. If you're walking, affirm that movement is celebration. It's a gift. And wherever you are, whether in the chair or in the line or in the human archway, become aware of your breath and begin to take longer, slower, more attentive breaths. Using the breath, you can make a choice to redirect your sense awareness into yourself, into what's happening in your space at this now moment. As you exhale, You may choose to let go of anything that does not serve you at this time. As you inhale, draw in a sense of peace and well-being. Whether you're seated or processing, as you exhale, let go of that which does not serve you. And as you inhale, draw in what you need to renew yourself. Bringing the breath fully into the forefront of your consciousness. Long, slow, mindful breaths. If you're seated in the chair, begin the process of visualization. You do this to the best of your ability. You cannot do it wrong. And on the screen of your mind, in the space of your forehead, visualize yourself as if surrounded by 4 walls. These walls may be brick, maybe they're wood, perhaps there's some other material. And these walls represent the prison that has held you captive. They represent what you are willing to leave behind as you begin your new journey. Let's take a few moments here. Feel the walls without moving. See them. Are they warm? Are they cold? This isn't a judgment, it's just observation. What is impeding spiritual growth? For those of you who are processing, connect with your breath and body. For those of you seated, notice that the prison is dark and cold. But feel there is a longing within your heart that urges you forward. Pause. Reflect on the energy of the Ho'oponopono and forgive others who have made you feel contracted. Forgive yourself for constructing this fortress. Now continue focusing on the screen of the mind, and if you're processing, you can do this even without having the stone in your hand yet. Turn your mind's eye to the first wall. Just pick one, anyone. This wall represents self-doubt, and it's the strongest wall. Any lack of belief in yourself, any thoughts of I can't, or I'm not good enough. Perhaps the thought is that I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the right resources. But that's not the truth, and you know it. This first wall seemed so daunting, but today it holds no power over you. You are energized by something within you more powerful than any doubts, and you feel it in your mind. You feel it in your heart. You feel it in your core. Put that knowing into your hands, and with one mighty shove, on an exhalation, breathe out and push that wall over. It falls back into nothingness from whence it came. Light streams in, and the prison is filled with goodness that you have not felt before. If you're processing, you're breathing, feeling your body. If you're in the chair, now turn your mind's eye to the second wall. The second wall represents the limiting opinions of others. Whatever you were told that wasn't true, from childhood onward, whatever you've unconsciously accepted as a limiting idea about yourself. Today, you free yourself from the opinions of others, bad or good. Those bonds have no sway over you and are unnecessary for you to know who you truly are. You know the truth without external validation. Your whole body feels an aliveness like it has not felt in a while. And there is a strength welling up within you. In your mind's eye, see yourself reaching to this wall. And again, on an exhalation, give it a mighty push. And it's destroyed. This wall was easier to eliminate than the first because with it, each step of awareness, you grow strength and you find that you are not bound by the past. With a newfound confidence, you turn to the third wall. This wall represents any fears of the unknown, any trepidation, any hesitation, whether it's founded in reality or a fear. This wall represents any energy that's keeping you from moving forward. In this moment, see yourself as the pure energy you are, with willpower, strength, courage, determination, and faith to move forward. Know that whatever you are called to do, that all the resources you need to see it through are being drawn to you now. See yourself as committed and dedicated. Again, visualize with an exhalation that you press this wall. See how it just simply crumbles in front of you and more light streams in all around you. The fourth wall represents any external or physical obstacles in the way of you expressing your full destiny as a child of God. This wall represents any person or situation that's blocking you from your greater good. It's so weak and insignificant now. Nothing is holding it up. Nothing is propping it. That which seemed so insurmountable seems vulnerable and small. With your newfound awareness, you don't even have to raise your hands. Just the softest breath, and see the wall come crumbling down into nothingness. Now, again, whether you are processing or seated, bring your attention into your heart. Go deep into that space. Breathe. Breathe into the space and feel your inherent freedom. Your true nature. Become risk. Become joy. Become light. Become freedom. The freedom to manifest your heart's desires. You are aware. You are already a pure being of power. You are already expressing as the Christ itself. Now take this time and leave your self-made prison behind. Walk into the light of spiritual radiance that you are, and remain in that space.
And so there are pens. I'm going to invite you, as you feel led, to take that word that you have received with the light streaming in, the great revealing, the revelation, the epiphany, to take one of those pens from the seat backs or one from your purse and to write that name on that stone. You can make it more profound with a different pen when you get home, but right now, take that pen out and very emphatically, purposefully, and intentionally write upon that stone your new nature, your new way, your new name. Every letter of that word is a part of you. All the vibrations of that word live in you and as you. Claim it. Know it. Affirm it. Breathe it. Be it. And as the final earth travelers are making their way into their own magnificence, we enter the Om one more time. Raise the volume, raise the vibration, raise the intensity. Take the Om as it continues. Place it into your hands as you send energy to those who have been in service to you. Face it towards the center of the room and allow those who have allowed themselves to be the vessel through which God has made manifest for you to also receive your blessing upon their lives, their home, their family, their hearts and their souls. God to fall to silence. There is a tendency at this point in our service to turn and ask the people next to you, what did you get? What did you get? But that scripture that we started with said, it is known only to the person who receives the stone. And so there's many ways that you can take this ceremony into your life. You can go tell everybody what you got. Or we can live our lives in such a way that everybody knows exactly what it is you got without you ever speaking the word. That our life becomes the testimony to that which has called us into being, to that divine idea that has been birthed through us as we release the prisons and the bonds and the chains that have kept us captive. I'm still going to honor the people that are going through, but I'm also going to honor the time. And on the count of 3, you have one purpose, and that's not to listen to who on your left and your right and what word they got, but it is to proclaim loudly that which you are. And we'll do this 3 times. I'm going to count to 3, and I want you to raise the roof off this place with the newfound vibration and energy of your soul. It can be a fun exercise, or it can be the full claiming and proclaiming of your magnificence like you've never done before. You get to decide. On the count of 3, raise that stone high to the rafters and let the world know exactly who you are. 1, 2, 3. Nobody stood. Well, one person stood. I think we can get it higher in vibration and voice, in expression, and a little bit higher in the room too. 1, 2, 3. God says, nice warm-up. I want you to claim yourself as the miracle of God in form, in action, like you have never acclaimed yourself to be ever before. That people on the other side of the earth dome know exactly who you are. 1, 2, 3. Again. Again. And from the depth of your soul, one more time. And so it is, and so it shall be. Happy New Year, Unity North. Happy New Year, Unity
Happy
North
New Year.
congregation. Give yourselves a round of applause. I'm going to invite a member of our board of directors to come up, and I really appreciate your patience. You know, I was telling the people who were doing this is not a hug line or a social line, but you cannot control the Unity North congregation. It became very social, and I appreciate that you stayed in the seat and allowed the connection to happen. This place is a symbol of relationship and the love that is exchanged in relationships. So it took about 40 minutes longer than we thought it was going to take. Thank you for bearing with us, but we're going to invite Sylvia Drawn up to talk to you a little bit about the work that we do here at Unity North and to take an offering, and then we have one killer song that Tara's going to sing before we end. So don't leave yet, or you'll miss that song. This is Sylvia Drawn.
Again, it's an honor for me and humbling to be here. While the ushers get in their places with the baskets, I do want to say that I have been very humbled this whole year, this season, to lead the holiday match. And I want to say, if you haven't read the newsletter, I'm just going to sum it up because this is our last Sunday for this. We had $40,000 in angels that offered a match. And if you read the newsletter, and if you didn't, you're missing a great story every week. But we exceeded the match. And we had, when I wrote the newsletter, over $87,000. And as I speak today, we have over $90,000, and we are approaching $100,000. And that is what these envelopes and your contributions represent. Please today, if you haven't already, Consider your opportunity now to donate and make help us reach our $100,000 exceeding goal today towards our holiday match. This is the energy that you give this church. I picked up a stone today for Unity, and I picked the largest stone I could because we are large. And I picked a word for Unity that maybe we can put on this, and I wrote prosperous. In my mind, I visualized prosperity. And that prosperity is a collection of all of us. So if you haven't yet done so, in the envelope in front of you, please consider contributing to the holiday match. Also, like always, and I'll make it short, you may give, as it says on our website. You may give with text to give. You may give on the app. Those of you who are consistent givers, thank you. You make all the difference. So it is, again, it's been my blessing and humble honor to lead this campaign and to get to know so many of you so personally. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. So we're going to invite, the voice of God was Tara's mother. Now she's up. She's going to be the voice of God singing. As the baskets come around, we're going to sing a song called Love Yourself. In fact, one more time, repeat after me. I love myself.
I love myself.
And we're going to invite the rest of Tara's family up here, although her dad, we tried to convince her dad to sing, and everybody said in the family, no, don't have Dad come up here and sing. But does she have her husband, Michael, and her son, Bertie, are going to join us in this beautiful song called Love Yourself. If you catch it, sing along with us.
Always remember who you are. If you want to be the girl in the picture, well, you gotta meet her. Hello. Open up your eyes, it's time to realize now is the time to shine.
It's time to shine.
Baby, you're a host and everybody knows you got it and it comes from your soul. Sugar, you're a star, even with your flaws, you're unstoppable. Hey, can't nobody bring you down when you're hot. All you've got to do is love yourself. If you just believe that you're really all you need, you won't need nobody else.
Get up if you love yourself.
Get up if you love yourself. Get up
If you love yourself, get up.
yourself.
Love yourself.
Love
If you love
yourself.
yourself, get up. If you love yourself, get up. If you love yourself, get up. If you love yourself.
Sea to shining sea, we all can come together, make the world much better, huh? Get up on your feet, we're dancing in the streets, celebrating liberty. Yeah, we've come this far, we've got so far to go. Hold on, baby, don't let go. If you feel alone, just listen to the song. Love yourself, you can't go wrong. Yeah, can't nobody bring you down when you're hot. All you've got to do is love yourself. And if you just believe that you're really all you need, you won't need nobody else.
If you love yourself, get up. If you love yourself, get up. If you love yourself, get up.
Say it, say it.
If you love yourself, get up. If you love yourself, get up. If you love yourself, get up. If you love
Let me hear you say,
yourself.
mirror, mirror on the wall.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Confidence unstoppable.
Confidence unstoppable.
Self-love is the solution.
Self-love is the solution.
Be a part of this revolution.
Be a part of this
Let me hear you say
revolution.
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 Let me hear you say it. Revolution.
Revolution.
Come on, bring it. Revolution.
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 Revolution. Ain't nobody bring you down when you're
Nobody
hot.
bring you
All you
down.
got to do is love yourself. And if you just believe you know what you need, you don't need nobody else.
Get up. If you love yourself, get up. If you love yourself, get up. If you love yourself, get up.
No, 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 no. Love yourself. If you love yourself, get up. If you love yourself.
Now take it from here out into the world. Love yourself. 5, 6,